Mornings have a rhythm. You can hear it, feel it. And at Quaker, we fuel it. With 100% whole grain oats and a good source of fiber in every bowl, helping you turn that rhythm into your soundtrack for a great day. Fuel to start whatever's next. Quaker, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
Heat up your 4th of July at the Home Depot with our wide variety of grills under $300 and make every gathering one to remember. Give your outdoor space a glow up, whatever your budget is, with savings on seasonal plants starting at $5. With the grill fired up and your backyard set to perfection, you'll be able to invite friends and family over to kick off the party. Start celebrating with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Prices may vary by store. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
How you feel about your only correct answer last week being something I gifted you?
I thought that was gross from Ethan, last week's performance. Just,
like gross behavior?
Just embarrassing for him.
Embarrassing for him because he made it all about himself, or embarrassing for him because he made you look not great?
I looked great.
Physically.
Right.
You looked great.
The embarrassing part was that I didn't wear my Gator hat for the College World Series segment.
God,
This guy.
enough.
Start the show.
Welcome to the Pitch Clock. Here's the pitch. A two-part baseball segment
combining a nostalgic baseball trivia game and an interview with an expert.
This is the Pitch Clock.
Hi, everybody.
I like that start.
Yeah.
I like starting Pitch Clock with that energy.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. There's baseball happening. We'll get to our expert momentarily. It is a 2-game lead for me as we head into this one. Chris trying to do some damage. Ethan, what is our trivia game this week?
Guys, it's back. It's your favorite. This is Jeopardy! Welcome back to Pitch Clock Jeopardy, everybody. We've decided to shrink the categories down this week. We only have 4 categories, but we have inserted Final Jeopardy into the proceedings.
Ooh.
We will get to that at the very end. It will include a wager. Let's do our categories. We're going to shake it up a little bit. We're going to do some pop culture on this week's Jeopardy. So we've got baseball movies. We've got Derek Jeter girlfriends.
My wheelhouse.
I know you guys will love this. All right. Old Faces Final Places is back. And of course, everybody's favorite, who he played for in MVP. Before we get to Final Jeopardy, I will give you a clue. Final Jeopardy's category is managers.
When we say who he played for in MVP, that of course is MVP Baseball 2005.
Of course. Jeremy,
All right, coming off a W.
coming off a W in College World Series trivia last week, this is yours.
Let's go baseball movies for 200. That's not how that works.
Oh.
Blind. What's the answer?
Bull Durham.
Wow.
The clue was, you can argue which of Kevin Costner's baseball movies is more famous, but in this 1988 film, he stars alongside Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins. The answer correctly was Bull Durham.
So that was pretty unbelievable and a very heady play because Chris Cody,
Double
the board
points?
is now
I don't
yours.
get double points for that? All right, that's fine.
No, just the 200-point
All right.
question, but the
Believe
board
that
is now
just
yours.
happened? Should I try it again? No.
No.
Same category, 400.
The famous I am 12 meme. Chris Cody.
Hold on a second. Just for making this abundantly clear.
I can't read the rest of the question.
I'm comfortable with what he's done.
Yeah.
But the way that Jeopardy works, we had a long conversation with
You're supposed
Mina
to let
about
me
this.
finish
You have
reading
to
the
let
question.
the question be
All right,
finished
we'll take away
out
my buzzer.
loud.
Let's do it again.
The question is, the famous I Am 12 meme originated from this 2006 comedy.
Answer the question. 5, 4, 3.
I forget the name.
All right.
Drawing a blank.
Jeremy.
Benchwarmers.
That is correct.
Can we clarify from this moment forward that Ethan needs to be allowed, specifically for our audio audience,
Yes.
to be able to finish reading the question before we buzz?
Yes.
Fine.
Let's continue on baseball movies for 600.
Okay. Glover, McConaughey, Danza, and Brody are just some of the names in the all-star cast of this 1994 picture. Jeremy.
That was me!
I got Jeremy.
Awesome. Angels in the outfield.
That is correct.
Wow.
Jeremy, you want to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep
this
going.
category up.
Baseball movies 800.
John Goodman starred as this all-time great in a 1992 flick that made less than $20 million.
I don't know the answer to this.
Same.
Okay. The answer is Babe Ruth.
Final in the category, Alex.
The love interest from this 2011 smash hit also starred as Jenny in Forrest Gump. You guys should know this one.
What movie were you in, Jen A?
A baseball movie.
She was in Moneyball. Robin Wright was in Moneyball.
I don't think I realized that. I guess speaking of love
board goes
interests,
to you.
let's head over to Derek Jeter Girlfriends.
All right, here we go. Now married to an SNL cast member, she played shortstop on Sports Nation's iconic Derek Jeter's Dating Diamond graphic. Chris Cody snuck it in. Chris Cody snuck it in.
I mean, I don't know they dated, but I'll just Scarlett Johansson.
You're an
Scarlett
asshole.
Johansson is correct.
Same category.
All right.
400.
Jeter may have missed the World Series in 1997, but at least he spent Christmas with this singer. Jeremy.
Mariah Carey.
That is correct.
One of my very best friends in this industry. Man, I got to say that last week with Kelly Sacco, and now I get to say it with Daniel Alvarez. Couldn't be happier to have him here with us. You know him as the man who runs El Extrabase and a frequenter now of the Pitch Clock. Danny, thank you for being here with us this week. And I want to start with a team, not the Marlins who you cover, but a team in their division, in the Atlanta Braves. I feel like I've done a very poor job of talking about how great the Braves have been all season long, led by their variety of superstars. Ronald Acuna Jr. injured at the moment. But Danny, tell us about how great these Braves have been and why they've been able to be so elite this season.
Well, thank you for having me once again. My favorite part about this is that you're the American broadcaster, announcer, podcaster, whatever that pronounces El Extrabase in the best possible way.
Okay,
I love that. Like,
that
it's
could
my favorite part.
that could not make me happier, Danny. That is like gonna carry me now for weeks. I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna show it to Dan. I feel incredible about that. So thank you.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing part. But yeah, going to the Braves, man, it's about culture, having elite players, being able to develop players, and being able to have depth. Because what the Braves are doing without Ronald Acuna for the majority of time, because unfortunately he's been really hurt, and also Austin Riley not being nearly as good as the player that he's shown in the past.
Yeah,
it's something quite remarkable. But when you see this bullpen with how good Raisel Iglesias is in the ninth inning, you have Robert Suarez, who is an all-star, setup closer reliever as well, and also players like Dylan Lee, who they were very patient with. They also have Didier Fuentes, who's now I think he's able to buy a drink in the United States finally for Didier. Didn't have any success as a starter, but now he's been really good as a reliever, and he's going to be successful as a starter at some point in his career, because the guy is really young. Mm-hmm. But they've been hurt with their starters as well. So I think this could be a really aggressive team at the deadline, going to pick up maybe one or two starters, because they have everything to go and beat anybody in a short series in October.
That bullpen is always going to be the key come October, and you're right. It's one of the most elite position groups that we have in all of Major League Baseball right now. But you brought it up yourself, the trade deadline. I want to go there with you. Who's a name that you're looking at across Major League Baseball that you want to sort of tell our audience to kind of keep their eye on as we, now sit about a month away from that baseball trade deadline?
With the Braves, just imagine if to that bullpen they add someone like Aroldis Chapman, for example.
Oh, come on.
But just imagine if that happens. So Chapman, of course, I think he will be someone interesting for any team. You think about a team like the Tampa Bay Rays, who have been really good in the AL East. They always find a way to compete. But if they add a reliever to that back end of the bullpen, I think it's going to be a very dangerous team. Obviously, Luis Arraez is a name that I'm going to be following a lot.
Always, by the way. Always.
And I think about probably the Athletics. I mean, what could they do with a second baseman like Luis? Because that's the best part about his game right now. Not only his offense, he's playing at ridiculous second base.
Yep.
Maybe a team like the Dodgers. I mean, they have a revolving door in second base with Alex Freeland, with Miguel Rojas, with Hyson Kim. If they add Luis Arraez to that lineup, hitting, it doesn't have to be on the top of the order. He could be 6 or 7. I hate doing this. Of course I have to. But he's always gonna find people on base, So I think that's gonna be really, really interesting. And watching I was watching for some reason a bunch of Twins games last week, and Joe Ryan, I think it's going to be another interesting name. Why not? He could be a starter that someone adds in this summer. Why not the Toronto Blue Jays, who I think might be very aggressive going for starting pitching.
Derek Jeter girlfriends for 600, Ethan.
She dropped Jason Street and Tim Riggins to spend 3 years with Jeter at the end of the 2000s.
I mean, I know some of his girlfriends, so I'll just say there's
Chris
no
Cody.
harm in
Street
Jessica
Riggins
Biel.
were-
That is incorrect. Jeremy, you want to take a stab?
Stick with the Jessica category, Jessica Alba.
That is also incorrect.
Can we keep going?
The
Is it
answer
Minka
here
Kelly?
is Minka Kelly.
Derek Jeter girlfriends for 800.
There is a more famous actress with the same first name on Jeter's dating diamond, but their relationship still made big headlines when they were spotted together in Puerto Rico in 2006. Jeremy.
Jessica Alba.
No. Chris Cody.
Jessica Biel?
That is correct.
This is just a subjective fame.
Jessica Alba is more famous than Jessica Biel. Come on.
All right, we'll do 1,000. We'll finish
Okay.
this one here.
I know things about pop culture.
A staple of the Fast and Furious franchise, she held it down at first base on Jeter's dating diamond. Bump, bump, bump.
This is when the pitch clock really misses Billy.
Jordana Brewster.
I was going to say Adriana Lima.
Chris Cody, the board remains yours.
We'll go who we play for 200.
Okay. Who did Morgan Ensberg play for in MVP Baseball 2005?
So you do this thing where you show
Yeah. Damn it.
Chris Cody. That is correct.
Yeah,
You're such an asshole.
All right,
Pictures.
I just for the audio audience, he was sitting there in an Astros uniform, and we both just went,
Ethan does this thing where he puts a photo up of him, but like I guess to his point, like you don't
It
know
could
whether
be-
that's
That's the fun of it. Chris
it?
Cody, where would you like to go?
400.
Okay. Jason Marquis, where did he play in 2005? Jeremy Taché.
This is crazy.
Oh, okay. It was Chris Cody.
I mean, we can give
You
it to
heard
Chris.
it.
I saw
Yep,
I saw
it
it
was Chris
happen. I
Cody.
do
It
think
was
you
Chris
didn't
Cody.
finish 2005, but I also get that was
Who did he play?
it wasn't worded on the board.
Cardinals.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Chris Cody takes the lead now at 1,800 to 1,400. That's right. The board remains yours.
Old faces, new places, 200. I just
Okay.
like to mess with you.
Where did Larry Walker finish his career? Chris Cody.
Cardinals.
That is correct. Same.
400.
Yep. Greg Maddux, who did he finish his career with? Jeremy.
The Giants.
That is incorrect. Chris
Cubs.
Cody. That is also
No, that's where he
incorrect.
started his career.
Oh wait. Yeah.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, it was the
yeah.
Dodgers.
Yeah,
I
I knew
knew,
that.
I remembered that
Yeah.
he went West Coast, but I just couldn't picture him in another uniform.
That was dumb. Cubs was dumb.
Chris Cody, the board is yours.
600. Old faces, final places.
Where did Randy Johnson finish his career? Jeremy.
The New York Yankees.
That is incorrect.
Astros.
That is also incorrect. The answer is the San Francisco Giants.
This
So
is-
Jeremy
this is what just
clearly
happened.
confused Greg Maddux with Randy Johnson.
This is exactly what just
Oh
happened.
yeah.
The
My
end
turn?
of a legend's career, right around the same time. One of them.
Old faces, final places, 800.
Okay. Where did Cole Hamels finish his career? Chris Cody?
Rangers.
That is incorrect.
That's where he started his career. Right?
No,
he went there after
Phillies,
the Phillies.
then Rangers.
I mean, I guess I'll just.
Yeah.
Blue Jays.
No, that
I
is
have
incorrect.
nothing.
The Atlanta Braves.
Same thing, 1,000.
Where did Dan Uggla finish his career? Chris Cody.
The Marlins.
That is incorrect.
That's a fun-
Jeremy, would you like to take a stab?
I might as. Was it the Braves?
Nope, but it was in the division. It was the Washington Nationals, and he was a Brave at one point.
Wow, that's.
He
I
became
thought
a
you were
Brave.
right.
All right, so we'll finish it out. We'll go straight through who he played for before
Let's do
we
it.
get to final.
So we
Jeopardy.
don't get to pick which order?
Pick the order.
Okay, go ahead. Pick the
600.
order. Who he played for? Armando Benitez in 2005. Jeremy
Marlins?
Taché. Nope.
No.
Mets.
Incorrect.
No, it's the Giants.
Giants.
San Francisco.
We both immediately.
1,000.
Where did Sammy Sosa play in MVP Baseball 2005? Jeremy.
Ooh. Orioles.
Yes.
Yep.
That is correct.
Wow.
800, with Jeremy leading 2,400 to 28 to 2,000. And remember, Final Jeopardy is still in play. Where did Vinny Castilla play in MVP Baseball 2005?
Rockies?
Nope.
The Braves.
That is incorrect.
No.
He was a Washington National.
Kelly told us all last week about how they've gotten here, about the All-Stars, about what's changed over the last month or so. But my question is looking forward. Like, are you and I going to be sitting here having a conversation come September with the Marlins still in the thick of a wild card race? And if so, why?
I love that you asked me this question in 2023, and I said yes, and my answer is going to be yes for this. Why? Because I think this is a team that learned how to play together, found their identity. I think it's very fitting the way they've been calling him all year long with the fighting fish and the hashtag and all of that. This team can complicate anybody because they put the ball in play. They're really athletic and they do a lot of damage on the bases. Yes, sometimes they can be over aggressive, but you want to see that rather than just not going for it,
Yes.
They play good defense. They have good arms. Eury Perez is coming back. And I think they're in a position to add one or two pieces within the organization or from outside. And I think that's going to send a right message to the players and to the fan base as well.
Oh, it'll be so awesome. I'm starting to get dreams of hosting a game at
too.
Lone Depot Park
God.
for a postseason game.
Do you imagine you being the first host for the first
don't even. I'll
season
start,
series?
I will start.
Why not?
I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I have full body chills thinking about it. Okay,
You have to
real
manifest
quick,
it.
real quick. We're going through our star of the week here, so I want you to pick here from Pico Armstrong, who's really turned his season around here in June. One of my favorite players here in Nick Kurtz. He's been spectacular for the Athletics. And then Jac Caglianone, another big power hitter who's having a tremendous June and is really starting to put it together.
I want to pick Jac Caglianone for because we're finally seeing what we were told about this guy and everything that he did at UF, and he's just insane. It's not easy to go oppo several times with no doubters at Kauffman Stadium. That's just not easy to do. Like it's one of the toughest ballparks to hit the ball out, and the way he's been playing offensively and defensively as well. Taking that next step for that Royals team that has been really struggling this year. It's been very special to watch. I have to say, he was one of the guys that I mentioned when we talk about Team Italy before the WBC.
Yeah, you did. I like that. I love, Danny, that you show up here with receipts every time you're here. It's, hey, you know what? I told you this happened. I told you this happened. And it should be that way because, Danny, you are one of the very best in the game when it comes to analysis. We appreciate you being here. I also appreciate that Ethan Badowski was not listening to you praise a Florida Gator. Thank you, Danny. We will see you here soon, my friend.
So here we are. We're at Final Jeopardy.
Wagers down?
2,400 to 2,000.
That's me with the lead.
Yes. You're going to write your wager down. Olivia's going to deliver me the wagers.
Seems like there's a strategy to this.
There is.
The category is managers. Okay.
The category is managers?
Yes.
Okay. All right, here's the question.
Famous for ripping heaters in the dugout during his time with the Marlins and Tigers, Jim Leyland's stints with these two teams are less well known. I won't lie. These are tough.
Yeah, this is tough.
I know one of them.
If you, right? I'll give you half credit. Like I'll give you, if you wager, let's say you wager 2,000, I'll give you 1,000 if you get one of them right. We'll go with Jeremy first since he's in the league. Jeremy has wagered $1,601. Chris Cody has wagered $500.
Oh, bad news for Jeremy.
Chris Cody wrote down the Padres, which is incorrect, and the Pirates.
I also put White Sox,
which is correct.
I know it was Pirates.
The Pirates is correct. Yeah. Chris Cody has won $250 for his answer.
I agree with me and you.
He is up to $2,250.
Bad strategy.
Now again, Jeremy has wagered $1,601.
But I'm gonna get one.
Jeremy has written down the Astros,
that is right,
which is incorrect.
Okay. But the Rockies are right.
But the Rockies are there, and the Rockies
are correct.
Yeah,
it is.
So Jeremy has won $800,
which means I win,
and 50 cents.
Why?
Which means that Jeremy has won.
I'm panicking.
300.
You knew he did the Rockies?
3,200.
That was what I thought. But I thought I started overthinking.
3,250 cents to 2,250. Jeremy is this week's winner of Pitch Clock Jeopardy.
Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.